Hello and welcome to CLS News at 12. I'm Kayla Quirk and today's segment is on procrastination. And we have two strategies for you today, time wasters and excuse busters. To start, we have Jaeon Choi, Hyun Lee, and myself with time wasters. Over to that clip.
Hi, I'm Jaeon Choi.
Hello again, I'm Kayla Quirk. And Hyun Lee isn't here today, but after we will be viewing his clip on his opinion of this strategy.
We did time wasters, and to set this up, you make a chart with two columns.
In the first column, you make a list of all the things that you do to waste time.
Then in the second column, you write what tasks you were avoiding.
For example, for one of my time wasters was catching up with my favorite TV shows like House and Criminal Minds on the internet, instead of doing my readings for my intro to theater class and my writing homework.
For mine, my time waster is napping, and I do that to avoid preparing for my EDU 200 presentation.
I'm a visual and kinesthetic learner, so to see it all right in front of me, it really helped me to work on things that I really procrastinated on, and it helped me to see my problems, and I knew what I needed to do to fix them. So I decided I would set aside time for my homework and use the TV shows as a reward.
I'm an auditory and kinesthetic learner, and I like this strategy because I try to decrease the time I wasted doing things on the computer, hanging out with friends, etc., and I will focus more on my tasks.
Now over to Hun. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Hyun Lee. I did time wasters, and this method applies to all of my classes, and it basically applies to my life. I miss procrastination. For my time waster column, I wrote two main factors that I waste time on. First factor is chicas. By trying to get a girlfriend, I not only waste my money, but I also waste my time. Second factor is video game. By playing video game, I not only waste my energy, but I also waste my time. For my avoided task column, I wrote two consequences. First consequence is not doing my class homework, not including my CS 105 class, because I always do my homework for this class. Second consequence is not doing so well in my classes, especially in my Chinese class, because Chinese class require consistency more than the other classes that I'm taking right now. This method was really efficient to me. Since I'm a reading and writing runner, I was able to write my thoughts and ideas down and read after I'm done. Thank you.
Well, wasn't that great? Now for our last strategy, we have Ryan Winter, Sam Yang, and Hamza Al-Haddad with Excuse Busters. Over to that clip.
Thank you, Kayla. Alright, so today we have the Excuse Buster, which pretty much what you do is you make a left and right column. In the left column, you write down excuses such as, I'll do it later, I'm too tired, I don't feel like doing it right now, I have time tomorrow. And then on the right side, you put the real translation for these excuses, such as, I haven't done the work right now, I haven't done the required reading, or just simply, in some cases, it's just, I simply don't feel like doing it right now. So, I mean, it can be a pretty effective way of looking at how you make your excuses and the real reasons behind them, and what you can do to improve on that. And unfortunately, Hamza and Sam are not here with us in the studio today, but they'll be sending us their own interpretations of the excuse busting. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Ryan. This is Hamza Haddad, and I'm speaking to you directly from Ronald Reagan Airport. Today's topic, excuse busting. Well, its purpose is to confront, the reasons we always delay our tasks, the reason we procrastinate, and end up cramming all our work. So, what is needed is, you need to create a list with two columns. The column to the left will be labeled excuse, the column to the right will be labeled translation. On the left column, you write down the excuses you make for procrastinating, not doing homework, delaying homework. To the right, you write down the translation. In other words, the real reason you're not doing your homework. I am an auditory and kinesthetic learner, but I found this really helpful because it helped me confront the reason I wasn't doing my work. It made me realize how silly my excuses were, and instead I would focus on getting the task done with. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Hamza Haddad. I am an auditory and kinesthetic learner. I found this really helpful because it helped me confront the reason I wasn't doing my work. You know, it made me realize how silly my excuses were, and instead I would focus on getting the task done with. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Hamza Haddad. For my list, well, I use a list from the book, and as you can see, I have many excuses for not doing homework. I like to think that procrastinating is art that I have mastered. Okay, maybe not. But for what I wrote was, well, for an example for one of my excuses was, I wrote down that I'll do it late at night when, well, that was my excuse. You know, I didn't feel like doing it. But the translation was I was busy watching How I Met Your Mother. So.
Hi, this is Sam Yang. Major problem of my studying habit is procrastination. I always tend to study or complete my assignments at the last minute. With completing the studying task, I usually set up the dates prior to the due date. However, the problem is that I do not follow those dates and finish it at the last minute. Whenever I procrastinate, there are excuses for my procrastination. Through using excuse busting, I was able to analyze my excuses and general problems. One major excuse for my procrastination was that I didn't have enough time or I was too busy. The translation for that was that I actually did have enough time to complete the task. However, I was doing other stuff such as video games and Facebook. Overall, excuse busting initiated me to start fix my procrastination problem, and it was really helpful. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Well, that's all we have for today's segment. Please join us again next week with stress management strategies. Thanks again. I'm Kayla Quirk, and I'll see you again next week.